Men of Reddit, what are women not ready to hear? This morning I informed my wife that our daughter's car needs new brakes and has a leaky power steering pump. She was not ready to hear that. Anything at a frequency beyond 20 kHz. This will get lost, but I don't control whether my penis is hard. Sometimes my brain is very happy looking at you and my dick doesn't work. It is a penis, it's not a divine judge of your hotness. Stop getting mad crying when it doesn't happen. It makes both of us feel like shit and neither of us deserve it. If you start talking about your problems, we need to know if you want us to just listen or if you want advice. If something is wrong or broken, my first instinct is to try and help fix it. The dude that cheated on you earlier this year isn't going to wake up and change tomorrow. Do I really have to spell it out for you? Yes, you do. For me anyway. I don't pick up on subtle hints. Sometimes, we don't want to have sex even if our dick is hard. Men can say no and fake it too. Why is it that we've been ready to go for an hour and a half now? See bat, apparently. When was the last time you took your boyfriend out on a date or bought him flowers? In my entire life, only one girl ever took me out. I make a lot more money than she does, and I don't mind paying it all because of that. But it was a total surprise, and it meant so much to me. I think so often women are at the center of heterosexual relationships. But it was so nice to be the one being wooed for once. I'm gonna end up marrying that girl. Seriously, you look fine. Getting married doesn't guarantee a happy marriage. Yes, you put on weight. No, I really don't care. You still look good to me. But, yes, you put on weight. I am not your ex, I am not your father. Sometimes I have a different opinion than you. My rendition of Unchained Melody. The reason guys don't like romance movies, books, the act is it tends to be something they perform and not receive. The women who realize this are usually wildly more successful at dating. Playing hard to get wastes both our time. Most of the time the guy will just move on. Hanging out with my friends without her is healthy, and same goes for her hanging out with her friends. It's good for your mental health. Just because you feel an emotion strongly does not mean you are right. The same goes for men. My free time is not by default my partner's time. Just say the thing you want to eat, for fuck's sake. That, even if I don't say it 15 times a day. I do love you. Y'all are too fucking mean to yourselves. Fucking allow yourselves some grace. We value our time by ourselves a lot. My mixtape coming out next month. That we also like to be complimented. And when we don't for a long period of time, it can start to hurt. We have feelings that are just as important as yours. Diamonds are a scam. We also need emotional validation. That yes, your butt does look big in those pants. I don't give a fuck where we eat, just pick something please. It's your hair clogging the drains. Edit tie everyone 3. Self-preservation is a vital part of healthy relationships. We're not mind readers. If you want us to know what you want or what you're thinking, you have to tell us. I'm not trying to get at you if I'm asking a work-related question. 10 hours of Cotton-Eyed Joe. To be honest, I don't think I am either. If all the men you date are deadbeat losers, at some point you have to be the one to smarten up. Nobody is owed the ideal mate. This goes for men and women equally, of course. The tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise. If you're interested in a guy, go and talk to him. You're a big girl. Bragging about how much men will give you or how much you can get out of them isn't a good look. We wouldn't date you if you were a worm. Just because I'm ugly doesn't mean I'm a creep. Too many women have insulted me talking to their friends. Most of the time loud enough that I can hear it. Just keep your thoughts to yourself. We have feelings too. If you're one of those women who openly insult people for fun, know that you might be responsible for someone's suicide. Edit. Oh my goodness, I didn't think so many people would see this. Thank you all for the support, and to those that reached out, thank you, but I am not suicidal anymore. I really appreciate you though. Being emotional isn't an excuse to be mean towards me. I totally marry that girl if her eyelashes were longer. No man in human history. If your type in guys is athletic, it comes with the territory that you actually have to be prepared to do athletic things with us. Everyone farts, it's okay. Men like to hear nice things and compliments, too. It also feels nice just to hear randomly that you were thinking about us. Those flowers or random little things we get you that you like so much? Yeah, we do, too. We get that perhaps your ex may have done shitty things. However, we are not them, and please remember that. We need time by ourselves and with our friends without you. Love you, but get out and do stuff with your friends or without us sometimes. No, we don't always want to go to your friend's birthday, especially when we already have plans. Just because we are men doesn't mean that we think about sex non-stop, nor do we want or need it non-stop. If we aren't in the mood, it isn't because we're cheating or find you gross. Sometimes we, just like you, aren't in the mood and would appreciate if you wouldn't make us feel like shit just because we don't feel like getting freaky. Think that sums up a chunk of it. Boo. You are not good at sex just because you let me do it to you. I am not a masseuse and you are not a customer. Meet me halfway. Winter is coming. The thermostat does not need to be adjusted 5 times a day. When you ask what are you thinking about? And we say nothing, it's almost always the truth. We are very much capable of shutting off our minds and living in the moment. I ain't gay just cause I don't want you. And both sexes have plenty of people with fragile egos, so stop trying to make it a man thing, y'all get pressed too. You're an adult. Use your words. The whole silent treatment thing is kindergarten level childishness. Also, stop expecting people to read your mind. If you want someone to know or do something, say it. If you keep adding filters on your pictures, you won't be found if you get lost because you don't look the same. The majority of your friend groups from the outside look riddled with toxic positivity as a way to mask the male equivalent of just not talking about emotions. A lot of fake caring goes around, but also a lot of real open caring, which is good. When a woman is blatantly cruel to a man, it's generally more accepted and they are capable of being straight up kinda creepy with no repercussions in any way, and sometimes use that with their friends, ignoring it entirely. Our truly favorite place to be is in our nothing box, that dumb as look we have with glazed over eyes and blank expression into space. It's where we go to find peace, and we are thinking of absolute nothing. We don't hear nothing, we don't feel nothing. We are just at peace with ourselves. Sometimes you ask my opinion on a topic when in reality you're asking me to validate your opinion. Knowing the difference is important to avoiding an argument. You're not a 10-10. I'm still attracted to you. I wouldn't leave you for a 10-10. What are you thinking about? It would take so much longer to fully explain than you are prepared to accept. And there is no payoff. It's honestly pure speculative nonsense. That skirt doesn't make your ass look fat. Your fat ass makes that skirt look too small. That we can sit in silence and have absolutely zero thoughts going through our minds. It's not that we are not interested, or don't love like you. We just can be blank at times because reasons. Just because you can do something, doesn't mean you should, especially if it comes to playing mind games, screaming, hitting, being deliberately cruel, etc. Technically this applies to literally everyone. You're not one of the guys. Despite your relationship, the vibe will always be different when it's only the buds. Dresses with pockets are great and all, but every straight woman needs to learn what every man and butch lesbian already knows: cargo pants are the true zenith of functionality when it comes to on-person storage. And now they're even making women's cargo pants. Not men's cargo pants in fancy colors, but actual tailored to fit women's cargo pants. I've been slowly converting my wife's entire staff to the cargo pants cult at her bakery after finding out that they're not banned in the dress code. Next step: the world checks controversial. We like being complimented too. Honey, your breath stinks. If you mock a guy for being short, or otherwise short, then we lose all sympathy for any comments that are aimed at you. That I have the Millennium Falcon Legoset, smirking face. That we will almost never notice you went to a hairdresser. If we ask what's wrong and you say nothing, don't get pissed when we take your word for it and press on with our day. Oh, and don't bring up shit that happened years ago. That sometimes she has dragon breath, but I still kiss her because I fucking love her so much I'll deal with it. She'd probably never not think about it and it would make things awkward. We've been married for 15 years and I still love her like a fat kid loves cake. Happy wife, happy life should be happy spouse, happy life. 10 hours of the Better Call Saul theme. Then again, neither am I. I cannot go through that again. Me fixing shit around the house is equivalent to you doing laundry. Me fixing shit is not recreational time. When you tell us your problems, by default many of us will try to solve them. If you're just venting, tell us. I don't want to FaceTime 24 hours a day. It has nothing to do with how much I care.